You ever find yourself in a room with a woman and for some reason the air just feels different, like something unspoken is hanging there? You can't quite put your finger on it, but it's like there's this quiet electricity between the two of you. She's smiling a little more. She's laughing at things that aren't even funny. Her eyes stay on yours a bit longer than normal, and your gut tells you something's going on. But here's the thing. Most men miss the signs completely. They overthink, they doubt, they question themselves instead of paying attention to what's right in front of them. Because when a woman is truly attracted to you, when desire is quietly building up in her, her body, not her words, is the first to tell the story. And tonight, we're going to unpack that story. This isn't about cheesy tricks or playing games. It's not about pickup lines or pretending to be someone you're not. This is about understanding human connection, body language, energy, chemistry. Because when she's feeling it for you, really feeling it, her body does something that words could never explain. Let's talk about it. So imagine this. You're on a date. Maybe it's your first, maybe it's your third, doesn't matter. You're sitting across from her, talking about random things, movies, music, childhood stories. She's smiling, tilting her head when she listens, brushing her hair back behind her ear. Most men would just chalk that up to being polite, but if you knew what to look for, you'd understand. She's not just listening, she's inviting. Now look, people are subtle. Especially women, especially when it comes to desire. It's not loud, it's not always obvious, it's quiet, it's delicate, and it's deeply physical. If she's into you, her body's already showing you. It might be the way she leans in when you speak, like the sound of your voice is pulling her closer without her even realizing it. Or how her breathing shifts, slow, deep, rhythmic, like her whole nervous system is relaxing in your presence. That's not an accident. That's attraction at the level of biology. Now, here's where things get real. Because desire isn't just about how someone looks at you. It's how their body reacts around you. And no, I'm not talking about anything vulgar. I'm talking about real science. See, when a woman is physically attracted to someone, her body responds with subtle, almost invisible changes. Her pupils dilate. Her skin becomes more sensitive. Even her voice changes, gets softer, more melodic. Sometimes her lips part slightly when she's listening to you. Sometimes her chest rises just a little quicker when you're near. She starts mirroring you, matching your gestures, your pace, your tone. That's not coincidence. That's biology doing its thing. Her body is saying, I feel safe here. I feel drawn in. I want to be closer. And if you're paying attention, not just to her words, but to the way she's experiencing you, you'll see it clear as day. Now, let me tell you a little story. A buddy of mine was dating this woman he really liked. Smart, funny, beautiful, the whole deal. But every time they hung out, he was never sure if she was really into him. She was nice, sweet, but he couldn't tell. He overanalyzed everything, every text, every pause in the conversation. He was driving himself crazy, so I told him, forget the words, watch her body. And the next time they were out together, he did just that. He noticed how she stood just a little closer when they walked, how she laughed just a little harder at his dumb jokes, how her hand brushed his when she handed him a drink and didn't pull away quickly. And for the first time, he felt the difference. Because here's the truth, women are often taught to be subtle. Society trains them not to be too forward, not to be too bold. So desire shows up through the cracks, in movement, in posture, in the way she lingers a little too long in your space. It's not about seduction, it's about connection. Let's break it down even more. When a woman feels turned on, when her body is truly lit up by your presence, it doesn't always look like what Hollywood shows you. It's not some dramatic over-the-top moment. It's slow, it's quiet, it's her crossing her legs, then uncrossing them, her hand brushing against her own neck, her voice dropping just a little lower when she says your name. It's the way. She looks at you when she thinks you're not paying attention. That curious, slightly hungry look, like she's studying something she wants to get closer to, but isn't sure how to ask. And listen, man, that's not by mistake. That's the real signal. When she's aroused, her senses heighten. She starts to feel everything more intensely, the fabric of her shirt, the heat in the room, the way your knee is a few inches from hers. She becomes present, aware, tuned in. And you can feel it in the air. It's the kind of energy you don't need to talk about. You just feel it. Now, here's where most guys mess up. They ignore the vibe. They get nervous. They try too hard. Or worse, they rush it. But when a woman is truly in that space with you, the last thing you want to do is break the spell. You don't force it. You don't perform. You stay present. That's the key. You listen more. You talk slower. You make her feel safe, seen, understood, because that's what builds the kind of chemistry that lasts longer than just one night. It's not just about attraction. It's about emotional comfort. When a woman feels emotionally connected and physically drawn in, that's when her whole body leans into you. And when that happens, you don't need to guess anymore. You're sitting on the edge of the bed. She's next to you, close. No one says a word. She looks up at you, and there's this pause, not awkward but intentional. Her eyes search yours, her breath slows, and that's when you know. You don't need to ask. You don't need a sign. Her body is already speaking. She wants you near, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually, because when a woman feels deep attraction, it's never just about the surface. It's about how you make her feel. Desired, safe, respected. And when she feels that way, her body will tell the truth before her mouth ever does. So here's what I'll leave you with. Don't rush, don't chase, don't force, just notice. Pay attention to the space between the words, the softness in her eyes, the way she leans, the way she breathes, the way she feels when she's around you. When she's turned on, when her desire is real and present, she won't need to spell it out. Her body will show you. You just have to be the kind of man who sees it. The kind of man who's present enough, calm enough, confident enough to listen to what her body's already saying. And when you do that, you'll never be confused again. Thanks for listening. If this helped you understand women a little better, if it gave you insight into what real chemistry feels like, stick around. There's a lot more coming your way. Because understanding women isn't about games. It's about listening to the truth their bodies already tell. See you in the next one.